It's an amazing thing. How can I describe the machine that we work on? Well, imagine you're in this wooden box. It's kind of like a cell. It's a bit taller than you are, and a bit wider, but not by much. There's a fella digging above you, and a fellow below you, and to either side, yet more. There's 36 men digging in 3 rows of 12. Behind you is the tunnel we've just been digging, and in front, that's the bit yet to be dug. And right here, we've got these strips of wood, and that's what's keeping the soil from falling in on you. We call this great machine a shield, because that's what it is. A shield to protect us from the soft soil that's crushing down on us. This is what happens. On the command from the foreman, I pull back a bit of wood and I start to dig that bit. All the other fellas are doing the same. And when I've dug that bit, I put the bit of wood back to stop the soil from falling in on me. Then I take the next bit of wood away and I dig that bit. And then I do the next and the next and the next. By the time we're all finished, we've dug about 9 inches of soil. Now comes the really clever bit. The whole shield is moved forwards by 9 inches using great screws. Then the bricklayers, they can put in a line of bricks. We dig, the shield moves forward, and in go a line of bricks. Again, and again, and again. And slowly we get to the other side of the river. Whopping, here we come. It all sounds quite straightforward, doesn't it? Huh? If only it was as simple as that. But we got a few problems. First of all is the air. It's bad enough up here with the smoke and the smell of the river and the streets. But down there, what air there is goes pretty quick with a gang of men straining away at their labours. We're gasping and shivering through lack of air. And the headaches, there's something terrible. Every now and again, one of the men has to be dragged up to the surface to get a bit of air into his lungs. And as soon as they can breathe properly, it's back to work again. Then there's the gas. See, where we're digging used to be this great bog, and all the plants that lived so many years ago died and got buried under the ground. And when that happens, you get methane gas. So imagine this. There you are, digging by candlelight or oil lamp, naked flames, you see. Then all of a sudden, you hit this pocket of gas, and boom! There you are, lying on your back, deafened, in the dark, and singed all over. Then there's the water. Remember, we are digging a tunnel under the mighty Thames, the great sewer. No wonder so many of us are sick. Shan't be surprised if I get hit in the head by a dead nag. And the stench. Oh, you must be able to smell it's coming a mile off. But there's something even worse that the water can do. Once, I remember the foreman going up to Mr. Brunel and showing him some seashells that had just come in with the water. That meant we were getting very close to the bottom of the river. All we could do was cross our fingers and keep going. You see, it's that little bit between what you've just dug and the bricks that's the danger. Because until that line of bricks goes in, there's nothing much keeping the water out. Well, it was bound to happen. I'll never forget that terrible day in 1828. I was walking down the tunnel when I heard the strangest, most frightening sound. A loud, rushing and rumbling noise. A great wall of water was sweeping along, carrying everything and everyone in its way. I saw fellas being tumbled over and over, trying to escape. Well, I turned and ran for my life. I got pushed about quite a bit, and I hit my head at some point. But I was lucky. Well, I'm still here to tell the tale. 6 of my fellows are not. We laid him out here at the Spread Eagle. But we didn't raise a glass. Misty Brunel's son was nearly swept away, but someone caught him by the scruff of the neck and dragged him out. You won't catch many an owner or the like rolling up their sleeves, and young Mr. Brunel does impress me. A man of education by all accounts. These things happen, and I'm sure they will again.
After the water broke through, Mark Brunel and his son Isambard fixed the hole, and the water was pumped out, and they carried on as before. But there was another collapse not long after, and water ingress, disease, and the cramped conditions never changed. When the money ran out, work was halted for 7 years. When it started again, some lessons had been learned. The tunnel was eventually completed in 1843. In all, it was flooded 6 times whilst it was being built. Next time you take the train and go under the Rotherhithe Thames Tunnel, remember the men who dug and died for it. So soon may I follow when friendships decay, and from love's shining circle the gems drop away. When true hearts lie withered and fall